Olive Branches, Autism in the Rain Man Era by Rich Schaal. I was one of the very last autism people, before the Rain Man era, to make it in life without the curse of Rain Man. As I grew up, and was noted for being the oddest, strangest kid in school. I started school in 1966. In this era, autism was not a buzzword. That was really helpful when the psychologists from the Rupp Center at Ohio State came to Carroll to interview me in the hall. They could not figure out a thing about my lack of eye contact, or odd ways. In this era, only severe autism was diagnosable. This unknowingly gave people of my generation, and before the open ticket, to do life, explore and grow, while unknowingly learning a thought process that happened during the lack of eye contact. This Senator autism experience is blueprinted in the 1983 book, titled The Enigma by Andrew Hodges. This book is the biography of autism hero Alan Turing, who was father of the computer. This book never mentions autism once, but it's clearly evident throughout the book. Everything is included, from the pain tolerance to our picture thoughts, as is the absent way we came out of our shell and connected to real life. Keep in mind, we learned a different kind of human thought process that has never been in a textbook before. Now enter Rain Man era autism. You have to admit it changed the picture of autism. As autism gained fame, grew bigger and bigger, and became an epidemic, it was the ignorance of the autism professionals that is epidemic, not the autism. Few autistic people of today would be diagnosed autistic if the older pre-Rain Man era diagnosis standards were still in play. The difference is vital to mankind. Older autism is the roots to man's mind in his cave person past, as well as the connection to Einstein in the next 1,000 chapters in psychology. Even a few more chapters in medicine are figured out as our pain tolerance is explored. Contemporary autism is often more along the lines of retardation. Mixing the two autisms and adding an element of autism stardom to the puzzle of autism has totally hidden the crypto-sensitive autism of time gone by. The now understood autism that builds on the work of Temple Grandin. This new thought process takes her work all the way to the threshold of normal thoughts. This is vital for understanding all of psychology. Today, autism is a bigger puzzle than it needs to be. If the old autism people like me could be admitted to without cracking the foundation of Rain Man era autism, autism would be solved by now, and mankind would be on the way to truly understanding the building block thoughts of the mind. Sadly, none of this has been in a textbook before, and it is not a normal version of contemporary thought systems, so the impasse of our Einstein and even normal abilites, I fear, will remain an impasse for several more centuries now, as man's biggest problem is man himself. This begs the question, how does one come up from the bottom of the gene pool, learn the autism thought system, become Einstein, and inadvertently stare down the barrel of the autism Rain Man era gun, and not get shot? Naturally, we are ignored, despite a living anthropology of us. Naturally, we are ignored, as peer review psychology will never stand for our autism story, as the result will not be flattering to autism. With that said, autism will remain the puzzle of its own making, and the self-serving spiral of one-upmanship will keep autism well-funded with both people and money for some time to come. Autism: you have a hold of the wrong end of the stick.